You know, when you see SB19 on these huge stages with sold-out arenas and chart-topping hits, it's really easy to think it all happened overnight. But what if I told you their success wasn't just some lucky break? What if it was actually a hard-earned receipt for years and years of work nobody ever saw? Well, we're going to peel back that curtain and get into the real story, the one that happened long before the world was chanting their name.
This quote from the group's leader, Pablo, just kind of says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the heart of their journey. It's a story that started in the shadows, far away from any spotlight, and it was all fueled by a belief that, for a long time, only they had.
So, let's go back in time. We're in Manila, it's 2016. A new entertainment company has this wild idea. What if we took that super intense, super demanding Korean idol training system and brought it here, to the Philippines? Well, 5 young guys, dreaming of a music career, decided to take that leap of faith.
And here they are, the 5 dreamers who signed up for it all. Pablo, Josh, Stel, Ken, and Justin. They jumped headfirst into this grueling training program, a system that's literally designed to create perfectly polished, synchronized performers. But I don't think they had any idea just how much it would test every single part of their lives.
Okay, so let's get into the real cost of that dream. Because before there was a single hit song, before there was even one fan, there was just the grind. And this isn't some vague idea of working hard. We can actually put some hard numbers on it. For 3 entire years, they were basically ghosts. Every single day, they were just grinding it out, pouring everything they had into their craft with absolutely no guarantee that anyone would ever even notice.
And during those 3 years, this was their everyday reality, 9 to 12 hours of training. Think about that. That's way longer than a typical workday. And it was all spent on vocals, dancing, conditioning, just pushing their bodies and their minds to the absolute breaking point.
This one just blows my mind. 1,000. They would practice a single dance move 1,000 times until it was second nature, until it was absolutely perfect. That is the kind of insane discipline that separates the good from the great.
And you got to remember, they weren't getting rich doing this, not even close. They were earning a tiny wage, barely enough to cover rent and food. The only thing that kept them going was pure hope, this belief that all this sacrifice had to pay off someday.
So after 3 years of that relentless grind, they finally got to debut. This should have been the big payoff, right? The triumphant moment. Well, it was the exact opposite. In fact, this was the moment their dream almost died completely.
So in 2018, they released their debut song, Taluha. It's this gorgeous, powerful ballad, and nothing, just crickets. The market was super skeptical. You know, a Filipino group trained like K-pop idols, it just didn't click for people. The idea of P-pop, at least this version of it, just wasn't cool yet.
And that silence was absolutely deafening. The guys were devastated. All those hours, all that sacrifice, and it felt like it was for nothing. They were literally on the verge of breaking up, just about ready to accept that the dream was over.
But then, a spark. And it wasn't some flashy marketing campaign or a big record label pushing them. No, it was something way more authentic, way more organic. It was a single, simple video that would change their lives forever.
And what's so wild is just how fast everything changed. Look at this timeline. You can see the absolute low point in early 2019. But then, by the end of that same year, one viral moment puts them on a rocket ship straight to a Billboard Music Award nomination just 2 years later. I mean, that kind of turnaround is just astonishing.
So this was it. This was the spark, a raw, no-frills dance practice video for their song Go Up. They uploaded it with 0 promotion, and it just exploded online. And why? Because in that video, people finally saw the receipt. They saw the 3 years of sweat, the 1,000 repetitions, that undeniable synchronized talent. It was a purely organic moment of recognition.
So going viral gave them a foundation, a real shot. But what they did next is what really defines who they are. They didn't just become famous. They became the architects of their own future, and in a way, the future of an entire genre.
Let's just track this evolution for a second, because it's incredible. They started out as trainees, just hoping for a chance. Then they become idols with a huge hit. Then they're Billboard nominees, the first Southeast Asian act ever. But they didn't just stop there. Nope, they took it one giant step further.
They took the biggest leap of all. They formed their own company, 1Z Entertainment. This was a total game changer. They went from being managed artists to being the bosses, seizing total control of their music, their image, their careers. They weren't just playing the game anymore. They started writing the rules.
So when you look at the whole incredible journey of SB19, you have to ask yourself this: is it a miracle or is it a receipt? I mean, the rise to the top feels miraculous for sure, but the evidence, the receipt, is all there in those thousands of hours of unseen, dedicated work. Their story is just this powerful reminder that the biggest successes aren't just handed to you, they're earned in the quiet moments when absolutely no one is watching.